Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created this simple flyer right here in Photoshop. But before we get started, I'd like you to smash the like button, drop a comment, share this video, and of course subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be dropping more amazing content like this. Now as usual, I'm going to be sharing all the designs, all the resources that I use for this video, so you can check the description box, download it and design along with me. Without talking too much, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file, and I'm just going to use a size that I've saved before, which is Instagram portrait size 1080p by 1350. My resolution is going to be 72, color mode RGB, and you can just leave the remaining settings like mine and then click on create. Alright, so now once this is created, I actually want it to be an artboard because I want to bring it in the color palette. So what I'll just do is I'll right click on the layer and I'll click on new artboard and I'll click OK. Alright, so I've created an artboard. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to bring in the color palette. Alright, so drag it in and I'll take it up and I'll press enter. Right, so we have our color palette all set. So I'm going to start with the background. Alright, so I'm going to right click down, come down here, click on it and then left click on it and choose gradients. Right, once gradient has been chosen, I'm just going to click on it. I already have the gradient saved, but I'm going to show you the hex code so you can also choose it. Alright, so this is the hex code for the left hand picker, and for the right hand one, this is the hex code. Alright, so you can just choose the same thing that I'm doing. Click on OK. Then I'm going to change it to from linear to radial. Alright, I want it to be radial. Then okay, so this is one problem that I usually have when I'm using gradients for artboards. It takes into account the entire artboard. Alright, it takes into account the entire thing. It does not take into account just this white space. It takes into account every single place. So what I'm going to do is I'll create a rectangle. I don't know if the explanation I gave makes sense, but anytime I try to do gradients with and with an artboard, it does not give me what I want. Alright, so when I have the rectangle now, I'll now choose the gradient that I want. Alright, so it's the same gradient, and then I want it to not be linear, I want it to be radial, and then I want it to be radial. Okay, I think it's okay like this. I'm just going to leave it like this. The gradient itself is even barely noticeable. Well, that's all fine and good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl Shift N, and this window is going to pop up, and I'm going to change this mode to soft light. I'll click on this fill with soft light neutral color and I'll click OK. When it's has been created, I'll right click and I'll convert it to a smart object. Alright, once that is done, I'll go to filter, I'll select noise and I'll add noise. Alright, so I'm going to add not so much. Okay, I think 9 is okay. Once I've done that, the next thing I'll do is I'm going to bring in this pattern. Like I said, all these assets are going to be provided for you in the description box for you to download and design along with me. So I'll change the blending mode to multiply and I'll reduce the fill to 3%. Alright, then I'll select everything, press Ctrl G to group it, and I'll rename it BG, which is background. Alright, so now that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the logo and the tagline. Right, so I've already typed it. I just saved it as a PNG, so you can also type it yourself as well. The font I use is called Nonito Sans. Alright, that's the font I used. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the image. the image, which is where the main work is. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, I think this is okay. Alright, I think this is okay. Okay, so you can see the image you have. Now with our image positioned the way it is, I'm going to select my pen tool, or rather, you know what, I'll select my rectangle tool and I'll draw a rectangle. Alright, so I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll change it from a gradient to a color. Well, not just any color, this color on our color palette, this yellowish color, should I say milk. Alright, so once we have that, I'm now going to select my pen tool and I'll right click, choose the curvature pen tool, and I'm going to use that to kind of play around with my play around with this shape. So you can just left click at any point and drag as far as the curvature pen tool has been selected. Alright, so you can see what we have. We want it to be behind her. Okay, once we have that, we can hide our image for now. So what we're going to do is I'll create a new layer, come down here, create a new layer, and then press Alt, Ctrl or G to clip it to the rectangle. Select your brush tool, select this yellow color, then select like a lighter shade of the yellow, almost white. With your brush tool selected, make sure that it is a soft round brush, let your hardness be 0, and then you can come here and brush the tip. Just brush the tip. Okay, you can come in here and play with the blending mode. Can I leave it as screen? Play with the fill a little bit. Going to leave the fill at 72. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm going to unhide her. Alright, and then I'll press Ctrl and I'll click on the rectangle. I'll come to our image and I'll mask it. And then I'll press Ctrl I. So you can see what I've done. I've kind of taken her to the back with that mask. But then I'll select my brush tool with the mask selected. I'll make sure white is selected and then increase hardness to 100. And I'll bring the phone back. So you can see what I did. Her leg is by the back of this shape, but the phone is in front. So that's what I was trying to achieve, right? So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so once that has been achieved, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Google Play. Alright, because the entire point of this flyer is for them to download the app. Alright, so I've brought it in. I'm going to create a rectangle to give them an instruction, a call to action, that's what it's called, so that they can, make a decision, they can take a step. I'll increase the radius to about 7. I think 7 will be okay. And I'll change the color to this red. Then I'll select my text tool. I'm going to write get the app. Get the app. It's free. Okay, I'm going to stop it from being bold. Remove this. I'll change the font to the font. Like I said, it's called Nonito Sans. Alright, I'm going to use the regular. Right. I'm going to use the regular. Then I think I made a mistake here, so I'll just adjust it. Okay, press Ctrl T to transform and then reduce the size. Okay, press Ctrl and left click on the rectangle to create a selection. Then with the text selected, you can just centralize it. So I'm going to reduce the size even more. Okay, I think it's okay like this. So you can see the call to action. And now I'm going to bring in texts that I've already written. Okay, I'll position it there. So this is just text, it's just something you type, there's nothing there. I saved it as a PNG in order to save us time. Alright, so you can see that our footer is done. We have our call to action, we have a little bit of text. So I'm going to write the headline right now. So smarter tracking, better living. Okay, I'm going to change it to bold, and the size, I'll increase the size. I'll press Ctrl T, increase the size like this. Alright, I'll make sure it's aligned with the logo, it's starting where the logo started. And I'll reduce the line spacing a bit. Okay, so that's our headline. So what's left now is the phone. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shadow. So create a new layer, select your brush tool and make sure that your foreground color is black. Make sure that your hardness is 0 and you dab once, then you press Ctrl T, press Shift and drag down to flatten it, and then you place it where you want to place it. Once you've placed it there, you can still press Ctrl T, hold Alt and reduce the size. Then you can change the blending mode to multiply and you can reduce the fill or the opacity, whichever one you want. So we've created kind of like something like a shadow. And still reduce the opacity a little bit more, the fill. Alright, so I've created a shadow for the phone. Next thing I'm going to do is to create a white outline at the back. So I'll select my pen tool, I'll come to the back like this, I'll click here, I'll come inside the phone, click, come somewhere here, click, come here, click, and then I'll cover it up. Okay, I actually made a mistake. Before I start all the clicking, I have to make sure there is a shape. So go to the top, change their part, make sure that that part is not there and the shape is selected, right? And make sure that the color of the shape is white or whatever color you want to use, but I'm using white. Alright, so you come back outside here, click, can just calm down and follow. It's not hard, right? And then you make sure you take it behind the subject, in fact even behind the footer. Okay, you can see what I've done. Alright, then once that is done, also create a layer behind the footer. Select your brush tool, make sure your foreground color is black, make sure your hardness is what is 0, and then you can come here and just brush, and then you can reduce the opacity very much. I hope you can see it. It's kind of faint. If I put it off, you can see the difference, right? You can see the difference. Okay, once that is done, The last thing that we are going to have to do is the phone, right? The phone itself, which might be why some of you are watching this video. So once that you have the phone selected, come here and select your magic wand tool. Then you click on the phone, so it has selected the white area. Press Ctrl J to duplicate that was been selected, right? Then you're going to bring in the UI design that you want to place there. Alright, so I'm actually not going to be giving you guys this UI design because it's not mine. It's not mine, so I don't have the rights to give it to you, but you can use any design of your choice. You can just find one online. So with the UI design, let me just hide everything so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so with the UI design, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a rectangle that is the exact same size with the UI design. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just using the UI design as a guide. Once I've created that rectangle, I cannot delete that UI design. Then the rectangle, I'm going to right click and turn it to a smart object. Convert it to a smart object. Right, I've also actually even made a video on how I do this. You can still watch that one for more understanding, but I'll still explain it here. So after I've created it as a smart object, I'll press Ctrl T. I'll reduce the size like this. Right click and click on distort. Once distort has been clicked, you now start distorting it. Use the anchor points and place it. Use the edges. Place the edges on the edge of the phone. Let it be the same. Let it be the same. Let them be aligned. Yeah, so you just keep on moving it around until you have what you want. You can press enter. Reduce the opacity so you can see what you're doing. Press Ctrl T again. Right click. Click on distort. So you just keep on adjusting it until you have something meaningful. Keep on adjusting it. Alright, so I think this is okay. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to reduce the opacity to 100, and then I'm going to clip it. It's not perfect if you can see the white edges, but I'm going to leave it like that. Clip it. You can see I've clipped it. Then you double click on it. It's going to open this page. Then you now put your UI design inside. You press Ctrl S to save, and then you go back to your main design, and voila, you now have your UI design inside. Like I said, it's not perfect. You have to take your time to ensure that the UI design is done properly. Now after everything, you go to the back, create a new layer, select your brush tool, select this red but a brighter version, increase it, make sure your brush is soft, dab like 3 times, change the blending mode to I think color dodge works. Let me explore some other one. Okay, we're going to use color dodge this time around. Alright, so basically that is the design. So you come to the top, press Ctrl Shift Alt E. It's going to create a snapshot of all the layers. Right click on it, convert it to a smart object, and then you can now go to your filter, go to camera raw filter. In camera raw filter, you can now edit it however you like. So you can just check what I'm doing. If you want the same results I'll get, you can just move your slider the same way I'm moving my slider. There's no formula, like I always say. If you watch my videos, there's no formula on what exactly you're supposed to do here. So what I do is I move the sliders around. If I see what I like, I leave it. If I don't, I change it. And once you're done, you press OK, and that takes us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, kindly like this video, share it to a designer that you think will need it. Drop a comment, let me know what you learned, let me know what video you'd like me to create, and of course subscribe to this channel because more amazing content is going to be coming your way. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.